Another day in the life of Anna and Luna.
Hey, it's Anna Vaughn with Travel Mama Anna Vaughn, and I'm going to talk today about something a lot of people write to me about: airplane travel with children. Today I'm going to give you my top travel hacks on traveling with kids. And this is mainly geared towards people who have children who are 5 and under. I will tell you though, I've been traveling by myself since I was 4 years old. I've traveled, I've taken over 100 flights. I've been on lots of long haul flights. I've been on long haul boats, shuttles, buses. I mean, I've traveled on every kind of transportation, and I see a lot of people making the same mistakes over and over. And then when you have a kid, you need to be even better at travel, because little things can really change how you travel. If you like this video, like it. If you want to subscribe, you want to know more about, empowerment through parenting. If you like that stuff, plus I have a cute kid, subscribe, follow, like, share, do all that stuff. I love all that. Okay, so my first, number one, the big one. Really pay attention to your travel times. I'm laughing because we recently came from Mexico City to Bali, where I'm filming this, and I made one of the biggest rookie mistakes here. I took a flight that was very long because of the price, and I didn't pay attention to when we were going to arrive. If you have a small child and you're going over many time zones, if you're taking a flight longer than 5 hours, important when you arrive. I would suggest arrive in the afternoon, evening. You will avoid jet lag altogether if you can just arrive on the schedule. You'll be exhausted no matter how much you sleep, so you'll just, boom, go to sleep, be on the schedule. We arrived at 7 in the morning here this time, but it was nighttime for us, and we had traveled for 2 days, and it was we ended up getting really bad jet lag for a week. And jet lag can mess you up, not just physically, but mentally. It's very difficult to parent like that. When you're booking flights, if you book in the middle of the week, you're probably gonna get a cheaper deal if you can go on a Wednesday or a Tuesday than if you wanna fly on the weekend. Check that stuff out. Number 2, if you're traveling with a child, so a lot of people talk about checking in advance. I'm just gonna give you a little secret. If you're traveling with a baby, like a little baby, you can't check in advance. If you're traveling with a small child, a lot of times you can't check them in advance either. That's okay. Don't freak out. You are VIP first class all the way. You're a parent traveling with a baby. Just chill. Some people have told me to arrive at the airport 4 hours early. Never do that. That's like parenting death. A lot of times, the airline will save a block of seats. They're almost always in the middle of the plane. They're pretty good seats. And if you get there with a baby, they'll give you one. This is a great travel hack, because it's something that a lot of travelers talk about, solo travelers. I've traveled everywhere. Make sure you check in advance, yada, yada, yada. If you have a kid, you basically never need to do that. I've gone to the airport where all the seats were booked online before, and my daughter and I were sitting 20 rows apart in our preferred seats, and there were no seats together. The second they saw me with the 2-year-old, they were like, beep, 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 and did it. You want to make sure that you're not going to get a seat at the very back, very last row, because they don't recline. You also, with a child, are not allowed to sit in an emergency exit. And, being close to the front of the plane is great. For me, all I care about is that I have an aisle and a middle. She sits middle, I sit aisle. You get a little bit more space that way. I know the window looks appealing because there's sleep options there. Personally, I want to be able to get up and move around, and I stretch my legs, and you get more of that in the aisle. My daughter can just take the middle. That's fine for her. A lot of times, no matter where they put you in the plane, when the flight attendants see you coming with a kid, they give you a row. It has happened to me more than half of the flights I've taken. I've gotten a full row to myself with my daughter, whether she was a baby or I was paying for a ticket. Number three. So many people say this, but I can't say it enough. Don't get black luggage. Don't get black luggage. Seriously, don't get black luggage. If you lose your luggage, which happens all the time, they're going to be looking for a black piece of luggage in a sea of black luggage. Don't be that jerk. Just get gray. Like, it can even just be dark gray, as long as it's not black. Also, take a photo of your luggage before you fly, because if it gets lost, you can show them what it looks like. And one, if you're going to have a big suitcase, Luna and I travel with one big suitcase. It's an all-wheel drive suitcase. It's got like a zip thing, so on one half is like her stuff, on one half is my stuff. Or, like in Bali, we have so little clothes, one half is all our clothing and one half is like toys and toiletries and whatever. All-wheel drive. You need all-wheel drive if you're a parent. If you're a single parent, you need all-wheel drive. You have to have it. It is a necessity. It's a necessity, all-wheel drive. Second, about wheels, don't bring carry-ons that have wheels. It's like a courtesy thing. It's like one of those like douchebag moves. If you're traveling for business and you're like taking that Toronto to New York flight, you know, you're gonna be gone for 48 hours and you got your little wheelie carry-on and nothing else, and you boom, put it up there and sit down in your business suit and you're like reading a paper on an iPad. Cool story, bro. That's exactly what they're made for. If you're a family with 3 kids and you're struggling to get on a flight and all your kids have bags and whatever, don't bring some loaded up wheelie bag, and don't also try and get around checking luggage because you're just cheap. Heavy wheeled bags are the death to flying. You can't take them down on the flight. You can't get anything out of them. Half the time you can't put them up. And a lot of times the aisle's actually more narrow than your bag. The North American size is much fatter for our fat planes and our fat lives than the Asian size. Just don't get one. Just don't. If you pack a bag without wheels, you will also pack lighter. You know, you got to carry that mother with you. So I say no wheelie bags, keep it light, keep it moving. You know, bring something that you can take down, you can use, you can interact with. That's my luggage spiel. Now you're on the plane, you got your kid's riding bitch, you're in the aisle, you got your small little bag, it's navy blue, you put it up top, you know, you checked in, you got your good seat, good things, sitting next to someone that loves children, everything is gangbusters. You're about to settle in for 13 hours with a toddler. There's a couple of things you need to know. First of all, games. Okay, look, my daughter is like 24 hours on a tablet. She wakes up in the morning and the first thing she says to me is, tablet? It's like tablet and breastfeeding are her 2 traps, okay? She wants to be doing one or the other all the time. So my kid has, I'll just show it to you right here. This is a Samsung kids style tablet. My mother got it for $0 down at the Bell store in Toronto. So they give away kids tablets in rich countries and Western countries. This tablet has a bunch of offline videos. Some of them are interactive. I mean, and we have games and whatever that are all downloaded before. If you have a Netflix account, you can download a bunch of kids' movies for them. So she's got downloaded stuff. You can download lots of things. You're not allowed to use battery packs on most long-haul airplanes, but a lot of times they do have a USB plug-in. Charge your shit up, man. It's awful to run out in the plane. Again, if you're traveling with a kid, you can wheel and deal a lot. So, you know, your battery runs out, you can ask the flight attendant if he or she will charge something in the back for you. They usually are very compliant to help you with kids stuff. When Luna was really little, I used to bring, it was like a string toy with little wooden things on it, and I would hang it over that thing that makes the tray table go up and down. I would hang it over there, and I would hang like ribbons and all kinds of stuff there. And she could just like play with that and chew on it and put it in her mouth. I bring snacks with me, like I bring the things she really likes. The plane for us, when we fly, that's not a time for us to be like, it's healthy habits and eat this first and all that crap. I often take Luna the day before we travel to the store and we buy something to travel with. We buy a new Play-Doh. We buy some little snacks that she wants, that she gets excited that they're gonna be for the plane. Right now, we've got this little backpack. It's like a Play-Doh backpack, and in it I put the things that she likes. You wanna make sure that you have games, toys, snacks, full entertainment, and stuff that they really like. Like, Luna loves Fruit Loops. We always travel with Fruit Loops. I don't even know what Fruit Loops are made of. They're like some kind of McDonald's cereal. I would never feed her Fruit Loops, but she gets them when she travels. She gets whatever she wants when she travels. She loves traveling as a result. She gets to breastfeed as much as she wants. She gets to eat Fruit Loops. She can watch tablet for hours. You know, it's like totally her happy place. And as a result, she's a really good kid traveling. 5. This is my hot tip number 5. Order your meal in advance. So order your meal in advance, depending on where you're flying. They always have a vegetarian one. To be honest, I usually find the vegetarian one pretty shit. It's like usually like a lot of cheese, a lot of milk, a lot of like somebody being like, oh my God, she won't eat chicken. What will she eat? Throw as much dairy in it as possible. It's a bit dairy overload for me. If you fly to Asia, they'll have, you know, kosher meals. They'll have Asian vegetarian. They'll have regular vegetarian. They'll have vegan. They'll have all kinds of stuff. Not only is pre-ordering your meal going to get you something healthier, it's not just going to be fish or chicken. It's going to definitely, 100% it will be healthier. That much you will get no matter what you order special, it will be healthier. The other thing is you'll get served first. So if you have the kind of kid that sees other people eating and needs to eat too, they don't have to wait. Because as we know, small children don't know how to wait. So you'll get your meal first, which is great because you'll get your meal cleared first. Luna doesn't eat any meat products or milk or anything that comes from an animal. She won't touch it. That's just how she is. I just go with it. I don't really care. So that also keeps me motivated to have those special meals. They usually come with like more whole grain breads, more fruits. It's a better meal. If we're gonna be doing it for 24 hours, I wanna eat as good as possible, especially since we have all these Fruit Loopy snacks, why not? So ordering a special meal is like, that's like a real like boss bitch thing to do. 6, and I kind of started on this, you know, your layovers are important. Find out where you're having a layover, find out what that airport offers. A lot of times there's paid lounges where you can get great food, good internet, get a shower. Sometimes they have airport hotels. Airport hotels are super, super expensive. Like it's like $70 US for 3 hours. But we recently had a 7-hour layover in China in Guangzhou, I think I'm saying that right. And after this like 20-hour flight, you know, which she slept a lot on and I actually got a really great night's sleep on it, I still was like, we need to like shower and lie down in a bed and like unpack and repack, and I had packed slippers and stuff, and we went and we got like maybe a 3-hour nap, then a shower. So I paid for the extra hour. It was $100 US. There was nothing to the room, nothing great about it. But even if you just lie down and watch TV or whatever, it's just like not sitting, you know? And then I got a great shower, and by the time we got on our second flight, I felt really refreshed. It was money well spent. Do your research in advance. Do your research on your flights. Do your research on your layover. Do your research on, you know, your food. Like, do it. Why not? This should be fun for you and easy, not like a guessing game. Number 7. Okay, so this is one that I feel is super rookie. Like, you know, someone travels a lot when they get this shit done. So when you land on the ground, I'm laughing because I recently made this mistake too. Same flight over here. I always travel with $100 American on me, no matter where I'm going in the world. $100 cash. The reason that it's good to have 100 American dollars on you is that American cash can get you out of something sticky. When you can't get Wi-Fi, your cards don't work, you got that backup cash. So always take 100 American dollars with you, period. It is not, you can get American cash at any bank in the world. Just go pick it up before you fly. Don't travel with huge amounts of cash on you. That $100 American, that's like money that you have in case. If you lose it, it gets stolen, whatever. Don't worry about it. That's like a side money. You should be able to use a bank machine. I would just use the one at the airport. A lot of people are like, they're too high, the fees. Yeah, you might not see another bank machine for another day. So you want to walk around with no cash on you? Use it at the bank, at the airport. Just use that bank machine. Get out a small amount if you're uncomfortable or whatever. Get a phone chip at the airport. Right when you come off the flight, you can buy a phone chip there. It's actually usually a really good deal, because when you get to your Airbnb that's in some local neighborhood and you don't speak the language, you're not going to know how to get a phone chip. Okay, it's not something you can Google. So just get it at the airport. And then the other thing that you can also get at the airport are adapters. In Bali, it's a 2-pronger. I have adapters from being here before that I brought with me. I showed up here, I was missing an adapter, couldn't get into my bank, my visa didn't work, didn't bring the cash, showed up at 7 in the morning, so many rookie mistakes. And that really inspired this video. Anyway, you can buy those adapters at the airport. They might be $1 or $2 more, but who cares? Honestly, who cares? Like, for these types of purchases, it's not a nickel and dime thing. You can get cash, phone chip, and a charger at the airport. So you should be able to walk out of the airport with a SIM card and data that you can use your phone anywhere. You can call an Uber anywhere. You should have cash in your pocket, and you should be able to plug in and juice up the things that matter, like a phone or a computer if you're working or whatever. Boom, it should just be done on arrival. And my last tip here, my biggest travel hack, positive mental attitude. I've been traveling, I've been flying by myself since I was 4. I used to fly out to see my dad twice a year, on a 4-hour flight, a 3-4-hour flight across the country in Canada. And I enjoyed it. I loved being an unaccompanied minor. I loved the movies. I loved the food. I loved the alone time. Or now as a parent, I've just passed all of that on to my daughter. She loves traveling. Traveling is when she gets all the treats. Traveling is when she has my full attention. And the less stress that I have as a parent, the more fun it can be for us. And we just enjoy it. We just straight enjoy it. I don't get on a 20-hour flight and go like, oh, it's gonna be so bad. I think like, wow, we're going across the world. Like, how do I have this amazing life? Like, what a great life. What an amazing life I have that I get to show my kid this stuff. And let's make the best of it. I don't know what's gonna happen, but hopefully, if I keep a positive mental attitude, I can just handle it. Plus, flight attendants can literally unlock the world for you. Being nice to them and being agreeable and asking them for things. Don't be afraid to ask them. They have all kinds of shit that you don't know about and would never offer to anybody, but because you have a kid, they are always willing to help, because a happy kid on a flight makes their lives easier, makes your life easier, and makes everyone on the plane easier. So they're interested. A lot of times they're just really happy to have a kid there. They'll bring little treats, and it's a really enjoyable experience to travel with children. And I hope that these tips help. Please, if you have a hack I haven't listed, leave it below. If you like this video, like it, share it, subscribe, be friends with us. I hope you have a great day. Adios, baby.